Mentoring from senior wise people in your organization is very important, but I found in my experience that a peer support group can be equally and perhaps even more important. What is a peer support group? It's a group typically of 8 to 12 people who meet once a month to talk about important business and personal issues. Now I've been in such a group for 2 years, and I do see the value personally. It's not just someone else's experience. I go to meetings once a month with my peer support group. I have the opportunity to discuss important business and personal issues. It's the place where I can take off what I might call my game face. Think about it. You go to a typical professional or personal meeting, somebody asks, "How are you?" and you say great or good. You're not really answering the question. When I go to my peer support group instead, when the question is asked, "How are you?" when we give our monthly updates and then give our presentations, I actually share what's going on in my life. I share the emotional content, the significance, the challenges I have at work, the challenges I have on the personal side. And I have the chance to learn from other people's experience in that setting. Let me just give you one example from my own experience in being in a peer support group. I was dealing with an important, you might call it a fork in the road, a decision about which path I should take in my career. I came to my forum, I presented essentially two options. One was the more, you could say, stable, secure, comfortable, less risky option. And the other option was more entrepreneurial, bold, less secure in terms of the financial payoff. And following the typical format of a peer support group meeting, I first presented the context, the issues, what I was trying to make a decision on, and we took some questions. People asked me questions about the situation, thought-provoking and clarifying questions. And we also had some experience sharing, people sharing their own experience having to make these kinds of decisions. But for me, the most profound thing that I remember that really was transformative for me was during the question period. One of my fellow peer support group members said to me, "Bob, do you want to earn a paycheck or follow your dream?" And it framed the issue starkly for me. It helped me understand. And in the end, I couldn't make a decision of just one or the other. It was more complicated than that, as life always is. But this peer support group was my business school case presented to a group of peers who had no other interest than helping me try to make the right decision for myself. They weren't making the decision for me. They weren't telling me what to do or what they would do in that situation, but they were helping me think through, and I find those kind of thought-provoking questions make a huge difference. So while I still go to mentors to get support, I treasure my monthly peer support group meeting as the place that I can go for confidential, trusted experience sharing, and I recommend it to anybody.